Hello everyone. It is a week before Good Friday and Easter Sunday. Since Jesus has died and risen to save our sins, his teaching is also about forgiving, healing and renewing. Let's talk about this topic evolving around the relationship of husband and wife. How do we cope, forgive and love again? When love becomes a stranger on the complexity of life and the fragility of relationships, there is a quiet kind of grief that does not come from death, but from watching someone you once loved slowly become a stranger. You see it in their silence, in the way they no longer look at you the same way. They walk past you in the hallway, not with anger, but indifference. It's not a shout, not a slamming door. It's a sound of fading. This grief is not loud, but it is heavy. And in our modern world, it seems to be everywhere. Marriages crumble, vows once whispered at the altars lose their echo. Couples smile for photos but sleep back to back. Divorce papers are filed not in rage but in resignation. What happened? How did love, the most sacred and human thing, become something so fragile? The word that changed while we weren't looking. We live in the world that moves faster than human heart was made for. We text more than we talk. We scroll more than we reflect. We chase productivity, not present. And somewhere in that blur, relationships, once rooted in patience, sacrifice, and shared struggle, have become disposable. We are taught to walk away when something doesn't make us feel good anymore. We are told that love should be easy, always exciting, always fulfilling, but love was never meant to be a constant high. It was meant to be constant, period. Yet the word of instant gratification, endurance is rarely celebrated. The fire that slowly dims, love like fire, begins brightly, flames dancing, warmth spreading, but even the strongest fire, if not tended, dims. It does not scream as it fades, it simply quiets. And this is how many relationships unravel, not with a crash, but with slow forgetting to say thank you, forgetting to ask how are you really, forgetting to listen without trying to fix, forgetting that love is a verb, not a feeling. We don't fall out of love, we just fall out of practice. Life is complicated because we are. Life itself is complicated because it reflects the human heart. Messy, layered, wounded. No one comes into adulthood untouched by pain. A father's absence, a mother's perfectionism, rejection in middle school, a first love who shatters trust. We carry these stories quiet, buried, unseen, and then we fall in love. At first, it feels like healing. Someone finally sees you, owns you, calls you beautiful or brave. But love doesn't erase the past, it reveals it. Sooner or later, the cracks surface in how we fight and how we withdraw and what we fear most. And if we don't know how to sit with those wounds or help each other heal them, we start blaming the relationship for what the past never taught us. Modern love in the fog today, relationships suffer not just from personal wounds, but from cultural ones. We have more connection, but less intimacy. We have more knowledge, but less wisdom. We want depth, but settle for distraction. We swipe, we chat, we chase highs, but true love is not built in microwaves. It's forged in slow ovens through forgiveness, conflict, laughter, repetition. Our society trains us to expect more, but gives us no tools to endure more. We are taught to pursue compatibility, but rarely character. We say follow your heart, but no one tells us the heart can lie when it's afraid. Why people fall apart? Couples fall apart for many reasons, but at the core is this. They forget that love is a daily choice, not a permanent mood. They forget that people change. We must fall in love with a new versions. Hard seasons are not signs of failure, but invitations to grow. Conflicts is not the enemy, avoidance is. Feelings are real, but not always true. Sometimes we outgrow each other. Sometimes we hurt each other too deeply, but often we simply stop trying. We stop tending the fire. How do we cope? How do we heal? First, mourn that loss. Even if you are still together, it's okay to say, this isn't what I imagined. It's okay to grieve the laughter, the closeness, the ease, but don't stop there. Grief, when embraced honestly, can become a doorway, not just a sadness, but a transformation. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Return to curiosity. Remember when you first met them. You asked questions. You listened. You wanted to know them. Do it again. Ask, what have you been carrying lately? What do you miss about us? What would make you feel safe with me again? Love begins again where curiosity is reborn. Name the real enemies. Your spouse is not your enemy. The real enemies are isolation, bitterness, pride, past trauma, cultural lies about love. If you fight together against those, you stand a chance. Create sacred rituals again. Modern life steals rhythms, reclaim them. Light a candle before dinner. Say one thing you are grateful for each night. Write a letter by hand. Take a slow walk with no phones. Rituals remind the soul that love is worth slowing down for. Ask for help without shame. Counseling isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Mentor aren't meddling, they are gone. If your house have termites, would you wait until it collapses? Neither should your relationship. Practice daily forgiveness, not just a big betrayals, but for the small neglects. Forgive the distracted phone chat. Forgive the snap response. Forgive the forgetfulness. And ask for to be forgiven too. Forgiveness is not an excusing. It's choosing not to let pain have the final word. Remember the God who still believes in love even when we don't. There is a love greater than ours, a love that bore wounds, a love that rose again, and you let him into your marriage, not as a rune keeper, but as a healer. You may find resurrection where you thought only runes were left. Behold, I make all things new. Revelation 21st verse 5. Not every love story ends in fireworks. Some love stories end quietly. A divorce finalized with heavy heart. A marriage that faded until only politeness remained. Not every love survives this world, but if yours didn't know this, you are not broken. You are not unworthy of love. You are still a story worth reading. Even in loss, you can become someone softer, wiser, freer. Let love shape you, even if it didn't stay. And if you still together, but barely holding on, please don't let silence win. Turn to each other, even if your voice shakes. Say, can we start again? Say, I miss you. Say, I want to fight for us. It might take time, tears, apologies, but love has come back from worse. And sometimes the most beautiful chapters are written not at the beginning, but after the storm, when two people decide to rebuild with trembling hands. In the end, love is complicated because we are. Relationships falter because we are human, but healing is possible not through perfection, not through patience, not through chemistry, but through courage, and not just by falling in love, but by choosing to love again and again, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, because that is where the real beauty lives. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy this video. Please click like and subscribe to help my channel. Thank you.